And then after that, we look up like famous like crime cases and like the mob and the mafia and murders and all of that stuff. And then we type them, the sociopaths.
Can we just type The Sopranos? Just type the characters.
Oh, yes, not the singers.
Yes, just the singers.
INTJ show.
Welcome. Ah! Oh no, I'm naked! Stop it, I'm naked!
Nobody look!
Don't look! Thank you.
Yes, so sorry. All right. Welcome to the ENFP and INTJ show. This is your host, ENFP, certified with the Myers Briggs Foundation, even though she's not wearing her pin.
I'm not. They can't take me seriously now.
They'll have no idea.
In this hat?
That hat?
Do you think they're going to take me seriously in this hat without my
Lovely
pin?
hat.
Thank you. Did you know that it's Scaparelli?
Scaparelli.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I'm INTJ, and I like patterns.
And today, we're going to the 80s, baby. We are going to be attempting to type the characters from the very popular series, Stranger Things.
Yes, much like is our nature, we're going to jump on the bandwagon, and we're a little late to the party.
A little late. But you know what? We want to react to Wednesday as well, which we're super late on.
Super late. So actually what we like to do is we like to wait for the trends to come and go, and then we'll look back and notice. So
it's the opposite of hipster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that defines us pretty well.
The opposite of hipsters.
Whatever the opposite of hipster is. Actually, no, because the opposite of hipster would be like...
Did you turn off the heater?
No, I didn't.
Tell us about the opposite of hopsters.
Well, I would think the opposite of a hipster is someone that, like, oh, this thing is trending. I want to jump on the bandwagon.
Oh, because hipsters want to be there before, but we want to get there after.
So we're not the opposite of a hipster. We are post-hipster?
We're the anti-hipster.
Anti-hipster. Doesn't that just kind of go full circle and takes you back to being a hipster?
Yeah, we're the anti-hipsters.
We're the new wave hipster, maybe?
Wave!
We're the new wave hipster.
So today, we're jumping on the bandwagon.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things have happened.
We're fans or anti-fans.
I think I'm a fan of the first season. Anything after that, it's fine.
You didn't like season 3?
What happened to season? Is that the one with the mall and the Russians?
Yeah.
The Russians under the mall? Mm-hmm. That one is fun. I still think like season 1 is the pinnacle. I don't think that's very controversial to say. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take.
Hopefully by the time this goes up onto the internet and you're watching it, we will have finished watching season 5. But
yes.
As per usual.
As of right now, where are we?
We are still finishing part 1 of season 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because we're a Myers Briggs channel.
Second to the fashion, we're a Myers Briggs channel. Mm-hmm. So-called.
We're going to make an attempt to type the characters. Yes. I'm using vibes.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I thought we could briefly mention it because we already briefly said this in our second Christmas special posted a couple weeks ago at the end of December. Go watch it. We kind of said this, but both of us, we talked about how do we type people, and we came to the conclusion we both go off vibes.
We're vibesters.
We go off vibes. I think I have seen people that are led by judging function. We are both led by perceiving function. In my experience, people that are led by judging function tend to type people much differently than we do. Not only are we perceiving first, I should clarify, we're both intuition dominant types.
Yes.
So we go off vibes.
Now, here's the thing. You did a little bit of research for this. You watched some episodes.
Not necessarily full episodes, but yeah, I went back and watched scenes of the characters.
My preparation was I sat down with a notebook and I wrote down the characters' names and some ideas.
Good job. So you were just going off your memory.
So I was going off of memory.
That's dangerous.
So this could hit me really negative. Like you could point something out of it. Oh man.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, oh, you're so off.
Yeah. Mostly because, and we can talk about if personality changes over time in real life for an episode. We need to do some research because there's a lot of schools of thought. But in TV, characters tend to change, either becoming caricaturized and kind of set in like, this is who you are. You're the quirky whatever. You're the this. And they become more and more that.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, this wasn't working for this character's personality. We've got to turn it and change it a ton.
Imagine if we could just do that in real life.
Your personality is not working for you.
I don't like this character personality. I'm going to change it. And like a drop-down menu comes down. You can just change it like a video game. So for Stranger Things, we are going to be typing. Saying main characters for Stranger Things is kind of a pointless term.
We both kind of made our list separately, and I think we made
a dozen
the same general list.
Yeah, so I wrote them down on the whiteboard. So yeah, I was going to hold it up and.
Oh, okay. We have 11, Will, Mike. Ugh, I don't like him. Lucas, Dustin, Joyce, Hopper. Not the villain from Bug's Life. Remember Hopper?
Also, I know his name is like Jim, right? But he's Hopper.
Nancy.
And then it continues because there's a bajillion main characters.
Steve, Jonathan, Robin, Murray, Henry, Max, and Erica.
We had to throw Erica in there. I know she's not a main character, but how could... Come on. Everyone loves Erica. I want to say something. I always want to call Murray Murphy. I don't know why. So if I end up saying Murphy by accident, sorry.
I almost wrote down Alexi. He was from season 3.
Oh, yes. He was so cute.
He was just cute and I liked, but I'm like, actually, I think he died, so.
He did. That's the thing is like you could keep going. You could have, what was the guy everyone loved from season 4?
Eddie.
You could throw in Max's brother.
Billy.
80s dad.
Everybody loves 80s dad. He's just not a very good dad.
Mrs. Wheeler. Don't remember her first name. Mrs. Wheeler.
Karen.
I mean, there are other characters we could throw in, but for the sake of time, if you guys are like, but I want to know what you guys think this character is, I'll respond to you in the comments. Okay? Yeah. And I can ask Ms. INTJ's opinion. I'm going to grab a marker. I was about to say something.
Don't look! Don't look at that either.
Okay, we're fine.
Those were my notes.
Okay, so I was going to say, Miss INTJ and I might not agree on some of these.
Yeah.
And so that's fine.
There are also some that I just didn't answer. That I just don't know. Also,
again, I think as we said, we tend to type based off of vibes. When I'm looking at these characters, there's a few that I feel very sure of. That I'm like, I'm pretty sure this character is this type.
I feel very confident in Max, Erica.
Yeah, I feel confident with Erica, Max,
Robin,
Will. I feel confident with Will.
Dustin.
I feel confident with Dustin. I feel confident with Nancy. But then there's other characters where I'm like, I think they could be this type or this type. So we're just going to do our best, okay? Also, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun conversation.
I know what they want Henry to be.
I have fun thoughts on Henry, but we'll get to that.
Right. Well, let's just start with like what we're most confident in.
Okay, so who do we want?
I think Dustin is an ENTP.
Okay, I disagree with you.
You disagree.
I disagreed.
Right.
I could see that though. Mm-hmm. That could be a close second for me. I thought ESFP.
ESFP. Interesting.
I thought ESFP because he's such like the ENTPs can also be the class clown type character. He's the comic. Well, in season 5, obviously he is in trauma, having trauma response, so he's not his normal self. But classic natural Dustin, I experienced as ESFP, but I could also see ENTP.
Yeah, I think. Like, I was thinking about it, and I went more towards ENTP, and I think that's, like, moving, like, mid-seasons. Not the latest season, not the first season.
Okay.
Just kind of the middle is, like, that's, like, collecting the information. Like, it kind of comes off, like, doesn't take things super seriously.
Yeah, and to me, that's
smart,
ESFP,
really.
Because I don't know, maybe he had more of a desire for knowledge and information than I remember. Mm-hmm. I don't remember that I saw that really in him. I saw him more of just like motivated by fun, but he could be an ENTP that's like a type 7.
Yeah.
Enneagram, that type of ENTP.
We could do that. Okay, well, let's see if we can find one we agree on.
Yes. Nancy, ENFJ.
Yes.
I mean, to me, she's very like Nancy Drew. And I know they made
that was
that
kind of where I started.
Do you think she could be something else?
Well, I don't know. And I was curious kind of see... Because I think Mike is an ENFJ, and I'm like, would they make 2 siblings ENFJs?
That is interesting. With Mike, I almost thought ENTJ, but I think you're right. I think he's a really annoying ENFJ.
Yeah, like, I spent a lot of time... Well, we agree on one.
Do any of you like Mike? Do any of you, like, genuinely like Mike? I feel like everyone hates him.
He becomes more annoying. Yeah. So that was, like, I was like, I could definitely see Nancy being an ENFJ, but I was thinking about it. I was like... Are 2 siblings ENFJs? Is Holly an ENFJ too? That'd be hilarious.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? So I'm thinking about the cognitive functions now.
Oh.
I know we're heading away from vibes and we're trying to analyze this now. Mike is. I don't want to spend too long just so that this isn't long. I guess we shouldn't spend too much time on like trying to explain why we think it. I just like Mike is very clearly motivated by a judging function. The vibes give me ENFJ. Let me know if you disagree, but the vibes are ENFJ. Now, Nancy, I thought ENFJ.
Who else? What else was on your list, or were you just straight on ENFJ for her?
Just straight ENFJ. I felt confident about that. She's different than Mike. It could just be Mike is just annoying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was wondering. I was like, probably an ENFJ. I wanted to hear your take because I'm not confident in this. But do you think she could be an ESFJ?
I don't get ESFJ vibe from her. I will say the difference between Mike and Nancy, and maybe this is where I wasn't sure, maybe he was led by TE, is I can see the FE in her pretty strongly. And maybe Mike just hasn't developed his FE in a healthy way or something.
Well, he's always trying to like.
I know
the group.
He's kind of bossy.
Yeah.
And that's where, sorry ENTJs, but like in an unhealthy ENTJ, they can be a little controlling.
I'm happy
bossy.
making with Nancy typing her as an ENFJ too. I think that it's right. Like the FE was why I was like, do you think it could be an ES?
Yeah,
but I wasn't getting super strong on that either. But I was also I'm thinking
I think she's a pretty healthy ENFJ
in combo with Jonathan.
I know Jonathan we'll get to because they're a couple.
And that's one of the things that also, right? I'm like, well, if they're coupled, then.
But granted, like she obviously had a thing for Steve at one time, and Steve and Jonathan are very different. So
yeah,
who's to say? But I think Nancy is ENFJ. I think she's a healthier ENFJ. I like Nancy.
I like Nancy's character a lot too.
I do like her, and so for you to like an ENFJ is pretty surprising. But
I mean, I like Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables too.
Yeah, some people think Anne is an ENFP.
She's a little bit too fiery, in my opinion.
Yeah, Nancy in the show, she's just so like, I don't want to say nosy. That sounds bad. She's very investigative, and that's how ENFJs are. They're like, if they have an inkling of something, they need to get to it. That's why they tend to make good journalists.
Yeah.
They need to get to the bottom of something. ENFJs also, compared to ENFPs, tend to be a lot more brave. And sometimes it's foolishly, and they just kind of get themselves into situations because of it. But Nancy's very, very brave, which, again, leans more ENFJ than like ENFP or something. But I really like Nancy. I like her.
I feel good about this board. Let's move to the next one.
Now.
No. Let's fill in some more that we feel confident in, and then we'll come back.
Okay, so Erica.
I think we both like
ENTJ.
ENTJ, yeah.
Which is ironic because we were just talking about our friend happens to be named Erica, also an ENTJ. She has been in a couple episodes before. And also Erica Durance, she's an actress from Smallville. She played Lois Lane on Smallville, also ENTJ character. So
yeah, she played Lois as an ENTJ.
Why are the Ericas of the world ENTJs?
I don't know if the actress is. Like, we should watch an interview with her and see.
True. She might not be, but at least her character is. So that's ironic. Yeah, she's so sassy. No fear. She seems to have no fear. She's scared of nothing. She just takes charge and not afraid to hurt people's feelings.
That's true.
Not sensitive to people's feelings at all.
All right.
Max.
I think Max is probably an ISTP.
ISTP, that one. Totally agree
that
on.
One just feels strong. Like, and I think the actress, Sadie Sink, she was supposed to like be able to both skateboard and roller skate, but she could only skateboard, and she refused, or she wasn't able to learn how to roller skate. Refuse makes it sound like she was like
difficult.
But yeah, for some reason she couldn't figure out how to roller skate, or they couldn't like get lessons in time, so they had to rewrite stuff for her just to.
Okay. Immediately, the reason I think ISTP is based off of like general character traits of obviously she seems good with her SE. She's a skateboarder. She gives off cool vibes. And immediately, if I see a character that's just naturally like introverted and really cool, ISTP. Sometimes it can be like an INTJ or something, but
it's a different type of cool.
It's a different type of cool vibe. And so she just has that like very confident, but in like a introverted way, like introverted confidence. Very just cool girl, skateboards, doesn't need people, seems pretty independent, self-sufficient, likes to be alone.
Yeah.
Just very ISTP vibes.
I'm going off vibes and I agree.
What about, okay, should we just get into Henry?
Yeah, okay. Okay, now.
What are your thoughts on Henry? Because I have thoughts and I want to know.
I mean, I think we're in the quintessential kind of media trap where a villain is an INTJ, or like intended to be.
Right.
But like I'm watching it and I'm like I can see that they're kind of like they're trying to build that with like the cold or whatever.
You think
and
so?
I'm just like I'm not vibing it as much.
So, as Vecna, I can see more of the INTJ. But when I was watching Henry as number one, when he was number one in the lab, in the like flashback scenes when 11 was there and everything, unless, well, okay, let's just say, first of all, he's probably a psychopath.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like
That's hard, right?
Any type can be a psychopath. Don't let your personality stop you.
Psychopathy is its own thing, separate from personality. It can probably impact personality, but let's just put it out there. He's a psychopath, first and foremost. So that already kind of makes it difficult to decipher what is the real personality there. And we're talking about a fictional character on screen.
Yes.
With that said, when I was rewatching his scenes today from, I guess, season four, when the flashbacks of him in the lab in the all white with the blonde hair and everything, when he's not Vecna, basically. Willy Wonka. Oh my gosh. Willy Wonka vibes.
Yeah, but then when you think about like,
And I'm wondering, was that really him, or was that a character he was putting on to seem nice to 11? But if you go back and watch those scenes, it's like watching Willy Wonka.
well, this is what I was going to ask, because when you go further back to when he was a child, and again, sociopath, but that would be probably like a more INTJ child, like kind of quieter.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't watch the scenes of him when he was little.
It's okay. I didn't watch any of this.
I kind of want to go back and watch that, but
like I don't. This is what I'm saying is like what happens is they write a character as a sociopath, and you have like a little bit more stoicism, a little bit more like solitude, a little bit less FE, and all of a sudden everyone's like INTJ, and so I think that's what like they're building to, but you know, let's not give all.
Immediately, without going back and watching the scenes, I was like, oh, maybe he's supposed to be an INTJ because so many villains tend to be.
I think he's supposed to be. I'm not vibing with it. Maybe I'm just trying to defend my type. Maybe I'm actually a villain.
I mean, I think it's fair because we've talked about it before. Sometimes you can see that the writers wrote a character to be a certain type, but the actor doesn't play it that way.
Yeah.
That does tend to happen too. Maybe it was isolated to those episodes.
All right, well, tell me.
And those scenes.
Because then when we watch, like, we watched a little bit of season 5, and when he interacts with Holly, what do you see?
I know this is crazy, and I might be wrong. He kind of comes across to me as like a psychopathic ENTP.
Oh.
Maybe even an ENFP.
Psychopathic ENFP.
Which is a crazy thought.
Well, when I think of psychopathic ENTP, I think of the Joker.
Yeah.
Which I know this is a different type of, like, insane.
It is a different type of insane. And I think maybe for the Joker, it isn't just that he's a psychopath. I think
for the Joker, it's more sociopathic.
If we're gonna diagnose the Joker, yeah, he might have. I don't even know if it's sociopathy. He might actually have like a schizoid thing happening.
Imagine if we were actually like doctors of psychology while we're doing this. It's like, by the way, we're going to diagnose the Joker real fast.
Do I look like a doctor of psychology here?
I know. I'm just like, I think we can go with an NT for sure.
True. Now, again, I want to clarify. I know that was a crazy thought, but it could be that he is just putting on that character. Because, guys, go watch those scenes of him in the lab. It is like watching the original Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder?
Yes. It's him. Now, that could just be him with a I'm going to be sweet and nice persona. And maybe he's actually an INTJ or supposed to be one. And that's his like, I'm going to be sweet and friendly. That could be totally possible. But just based on those, I'm like, he might be a psychopathic, like, ENTP. That's the vibe he gave off in those scenes.
We'll come back to him. I'm
So
thinking.
for now, I'm going to write down NT. Not sure where we want to go with the first and last letter there. I'm sure someone's in the comments already letting us know their thoughts. You want to go back up to Steve here? Steve or Jonathan?
I mean, I have like a target, but I don't really have like the target's in that way. I don't really have a bullseye for either of them.
Okay. I have thoughts.
Okay.
I have thoughts.
Well, why don't you lead with your Steve thoughts, and I'll let you know my Steve thoughts.
I wrote the notes in my phone, so I just want to make sure I know what I wrote. For Steve, part of me thinks he could have been written to be an ESTP, but he plays it more like an ENTP. But I lean more ENTP. He gives me ENTP vibe.
I wrote ESXP.
Okay, interesting.
Because I was thinking, I was like, he was kind of written to be, I think, an ESTP, like kind of the...
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, I do know kind of like a matured ESFP that is just like, kind of reminds me of Steve. And so then I was like, maybe it's an ESFP, but like normally you think an ESFP is a little bit more like Clayface from the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I am an entertainer!
Yeah.
And I'm like, he doesn't really give that.
Right.
So that I was like, that's kind of the, you know, I was like, through the
reason I
dart.
don't want to say he for sure is an ESTP, he's a little bit ESTP coded. He's just not, it's like he tries to be charming, but isn't. And that's kind of the goofiness of his character and like why he gets teased all the time on the show, made fun of, is because he tries to be the cool guy and be charming, but it just comes across forced.
And that's kind of why I was thinking, like, when I was like really sitting with it, I was like, maybe it is like more ESFP, where it is just kind of like goofy. And like,
yeah.
I know two, I can think of two ESFPs I know personally. I'm sure I know more. One, hella sensitive.
Yes.
Like, no resilience.
Yeah.
Like, something hurts his feelings and he's boo-hooing for days and then he's avoiding.
Yeah.
The other, like, I call him Mr. Cockroach because you just can't kill him, right? So everybody's teasing him, everybody's this, everybody's that. Sometimes you go too far and he boo-hoos for a minute and he bounces back.
See, that feels like ENFP.
Yeah, it almost does feel like ENFP, except, like, there's more, right?
Yeah. Okay,
but
so
like, yeah, I don't...
Steve is hard.
Like, that's why I didn't feel super strongly with Steve, but that was kind of where I was...
I think we can agree he's extroverted. He's definitely an E-type. I think we can agree he has P on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, part of his character is getting poked at all the time and made fun of. So a lot of types wouldn't be able to take that well, and some types are really good at taking that well. The thing is, does he tease people back? I don't think he, like, really makes fun of other people as much as he gets poked at.
Yeah.
And an ENTP would do a lot more poking. So maybe I could divert from ENTP because of that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem quite witty enough to be an ENTP.
That's the other thing, yeah.
He's a little bit more marshmallowy.
So I guess ESTP is probably the closest. Maybe that's how he's supposed to be written.
Well, and, like, if I remember, I think we're falling into one of the things where it was like, we know that he was written season 1 to be written off, so he's definitely written to be an ESTP in season 1, because he's a little bit of an asshole.
And he was the popular guy.
ESTPs are not all assholes.
No.
But it's it's the idea of, like, he's the popular guy who's an asshole, who, like, everyone likes, very ESTP. Like, he's so charming, and we like him, and da-da-da, and so then they were like, we're not going to kill him. And so then they kind of, like, they gave him, like, the character arc, except he didn't really arc. He arced between season 1 and 2, and then he's kind of been
just stayed the same ever since.
That's the problem with a growth arc, is like you have to keep arcing, or he would have gone back like full circle. That would have been interesting.
Fair. He was more ESTP in season 1, and then seemed more F, maybe.
Yeah, I think they took him from like an ESTP to an ENFP, but
yeah, it's weird. I think what we're gonna go with for now is ESXP. That's kind of like my best guess. Again, it's hard when we're talking about fictional characters, like on a TV show, but that's my best guess. So then for Jonathan, what do you think he is, or do you not have?
I mean, I had,
because I did settle on a type.
You did settle on a type.
I did.
In season 1, he was kind of creepy. Not to say creepy.
He kind of still is,
but you kind of saw him.
He has a creepy vibe.
Kind of like.
What type is the creepiest?
Socially a little bit odd. And, like, he really liked his, like, camera in the beginning. You could see him with his hobbies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then...
Maybe he's just autistic.
I don't think we can say that. Probably not that. You see him with his camera in the beginning, and, like, he has hobbies, and then, like, as it progresses, he just kind of becomes, like, I like Nancy.
Well, it's because they have so many characters. They can't focus on the depth of these characters.
And so...
So we really are having to go off of, like, earlier... versions of these characters when they showed more of them.
So I think it was like, I was sitting somewhere like an INFP or an ISFP or something like that, but I wouldn't feel good about. I mean, just trying to like.
Yeah.
But you settled on something, and you feel good.
No.
You don't feel good about it.
I don't feel good about it. I could see ISFP. Now that you mentioned it, maybe he's a depressed ISFP.
Yeah, and I would see that like from the beginning more than towards the end.
Yeah.
Also, like in his relationship with his brother in the beginning, in the first couple of, I guess the first season really, where they're doing like the flashbacks and like the.
Yeah.
But tell me where you were.
Well, let me look at my notes.
You're like, I settled on something, but I don't feel good about it.
The thing is, it's the same sibling dilemma. Again.
Oh, you think could they be the same? I think I struggled with that too for a minute. But tell me where you were, and I'll tell you.
Where the heck is he here? Yeah, it's. I could land between INFP, even INFJ, and then ISFP. Definitely F.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get I and F.
So we'll wait. Pause for a second. I mean, you can write the I down and the F down. But so you're in the sibling dilemma, which means you were thinking for Will, INFP probably.
I was thinking Will was an INFP, and I feel pretty confident about that.
Yeah, because I was pretty sure Will is INFP too.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I kind of was in the same moment where I was like, would they both be INFPs? And I spent some time with that. And then I spent some more time with Will, and I'm like, I don't agree with myself, but like, is there INFJ in there? But I didn't watch like episodes,
I entertained the thought of Will possibly being an INFJ. I just think he showcases FI more than FE.
That's what I ended up kind of too.
That's why and typically we see leading male characters can fall INFP.
It's very common.
That is very common. He does remind me a lot of Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. Now, some people have said Frodo's INFJ. I've never agreed with that. I always thought he was more INFP. And again, with both Will and Frodo, it's because I'm seeing more FI than FE with them.
Yeah, I think that was kind of where I was like,
It's not that Will doesn't care about the people around him. Obviously does, because that's not what FI means. I just feel like FE would be so much stronger.
You don't have any FE.
FE would be so much stronger of like, I need to protect the people around me. And I feel like he's much more in his internal world.
Well, and Will is super drawn to Mike. People have like, they ship them, but like even just as a friendship, an INFP ENFJ friendship makes a lot of sense. So I'm good with INF.
I really think Will is INFP. So for Jonathan, I don't. If we're taking Will as the INFP example, I don't know that Jonathan is an INFP. Jonathan is much moodier for one. If he is an how do I say this? Jonathan's Enneagram type is most likely 4.
Yeah.
He exemplifies 4 to me.
He broods a lot. What type
That's
broods?
a good word.
What's a brooding type?
That's a good word. He's very brooding. And part of me is like, does he just have depression?
I think he is depressed.
I think he is depressed.
And I think he has like unfair pressure put on him.
Which is...
From the fact that his brother was kidnapped at 10 years old. And been, like,
all of these characters are traumatized. But from the beginning.
Yeah.
Season 1. Before Willie was missing.
Yeah, what I was thinking about like season 1. Well, I mean, he still has unfair pressure because of his parents' divorce. And
for sure.
Super. But it was the when they showcased him with like his camera and stuff like that I kind of was like, oh, maybe more S.
Oh, are you falling into the trope of, they're artistic?
He's an artist, yeah.
He's an artist, so he must be an ISFP.
That was the trope that I fell into.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could see it. I just think
I just don't know any ISFP men, to be fair.
And also, I hope this doesn't come across mean. If it does, I won't leave it in. But there's a lot more depth that I see in him. And again, that sounds mean because it makes it sound like I'm saying ISFPs aren't deep.
I mean, to be fair, you have siblings, and I have siblings. And you have, supposedly, an ENFP brother.
Yeah.
And I have definitely an INTJ brother.
Yeah.
So siblings can be the same type.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Jonathan and Will are the same personality type? Obviously, it manifests differently. Jonathan also, I really do think Jonathan probably has depression.
Yeah.
And that's going to impact. So is he just a very brooding, moody, depressed INFP? Will is he's traumatized, but the more hopeful type of INFP. that maybe is a little more optimistic and wants to see the best.
Should we switch the battery?
I'm going to switch the battery.
We'll be right back after these messages. Have you ever looked at a bell and noticed that it's cracked or damaged and wondered, why is that? Why is the world destroying bells? Well, let me tell you this new conspiracy
I've never
theory.
thought that in my life.
You should, because bells emit a healing frequency, and Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that. So they're out there destroying bells so that they can keep selling drugs.
How many broken bells are you seeing on a daily basis? I can't remember the last time I don't think I've ever seen a broken bell.
I think bell conspiracy theories, like the Liberty Bell is broken.
What's that?
What? The bell with the crack in it?
What is that?
You're joking.
No, I think I've seen pictures of it. I just don't actually even know what it is.
Oh my god.
What is it? What is it?
It's a symbol of American freedom.
Oh, okay. Do I look like someone that would know that?
I mean, it's common knowledge, am I right? It's in Philadelphia.
Well, I've never been to Philadelphia.
See, there it is.
Do I look like someone that's been to Philadelphia?
And Big Pharma doesn't want...
Big Pharma doesn't like the Liberty Bell?
Big Pharma doesn't want the healing frequencies and emissions of bells to get to the people. Because if it got to the people, then people wouldn't need the medicine. And where do you see bells most? In churches. And what do churches have? They have a belief in the healing power.
Drugs. Was that not right?
No, that was not right. They have a belief in the healing power of the spiritual.
You're just not going to the right churches.
The churches with bells?
No, with drugs. You're just not going to the right ones.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
That's my favorite leading conspiracy theory right now. Top Soviet penguins.
Okay. This sounds a lot like you just made this up.
I did not.
It's definitely giving off birds aren't real vibes.
Bells. Am I right? Okay. So
let's switch back to our main board here with the kind of more major characters.
Okay. Will,
INFP.
I think we were both.
What type do you think 11 is?
I really don't know. And this
really, like you have not even a starting point.
Her character again has changed so much from season 1, 2, 3, 4. Like
it has
it's not
changed.
just like the growing up of a character. Mm-hmm. Tell me where you are, and I'll tell you.
She's had a very traumatizing life. All of these characters have, but 11 in particular. I mean, she's known nothing but trauma.
Yes. So what is the most traumatized type?
Which type is the most traumatized? No. So I'm trying to go based off of like what is she like when she feels safe, when she's with Mike or the friends and things like that, and you see those sweet moments of her just being her. She is a very sweet girl. I'm visualizing the scene in season 3 where she and Max have ice cream together on the bus. Yeah, in general, that's an example. There's many examples where, in general, I see her as being very sweet. I think I wrote down, she could be INFJ. She could be. I know y'all are going to let me know if you agree with that. I think she could also be INFP. She could also be ISFP. I do know, though, that she's definitely F. She has a sweetness about her. Very protective of the people she loves. Mm-hmm. But I don't necessarily want to say, like, oh, I super see FE or I super see FI. I feel like I kind of do see both. I think she is a more introverted. She definitely is the more introverted type, especially when you put her next to Mike, who is her love interest. He's the more extroverted one. So I want to say I and F, I'm sure on. Mm-hmm. I have a little bit of a hard time is she FE or FI? Because that's going to change things. And is she like ISFP? Well, I saw on the internet when we were looking for men who were ISFPs that the internet thought that 11 was. But I don't trust the internet. Never trust the people on the internet. Don't trust us. Don't trust the people on the internet. It's tricky. I keep going back to like, she's so sweet. Yeah, she really has a gentle sweetness about her. I don't know if she strikes me as an INFJ. Yeah. I could see ISFP. If you were super traumatized and then you had superpowers and you were 15 years old, is that how you would behave if you were an INFJ? Yeah. The difficulty again with these characters is like we don't really get to know them super well like you would on other shows because the plot is such a big deal on this show.
Yeah.
and the drama that you're not really getting to know the characters as themselves, and all these characters are existing in trauma. So, how do we feel going with what the internet says for once and saying that 11 is an ISFP?
Sure.
I feel pretty good with
Let's
that.
bandwagon with the internet. Yeah, I can show you even like in my notes. I didn't even have anything written down.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like decipher out.
I tried to write down something for every type.
No, there's a couple of types that I wrote nothing down for, and because we're going to get to Joyce and Hopper in a minute, I wrote, this is not fair because they became caricatures of adults as the seasons progressed.
It's true.
So instead of being the complex characters they were in season 1, they then kind of leaned into just becoming like I'm the worrying mother.
Yeah.
I'm the protective father.
Yeah.
I'm the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so they have no depth anymore
Yeah.
and agency.
So for 11, I'm going to go with ISFP. I think people could make an argument for INFP. Let me know your thoughts, but I'm going to say ISFP for 11.
Not every character can be an INFP.
I know that's the thing is like I think so many characters end up being INFPs. I want to think that 11 is an ISFP because you don't see many ISFP characters in general.
Yeah.
So, Joyce, what are your thoughts on Joyce? Any thoughts?
Again, this is not fair. No. Gosh. Did you watch her scenes from season 1?
A little bit.
Okay. Do you think that she's remarkably different between season 1 and season 5?
Not remarkably.
I mean, like, there's still F, right? F never
Yeah.
changed. But doesn't she become, like, just more kind of the doting mother type? Like, she was
Yeah.
the frantic, worried mother, and then she became, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Going based off of like the recent seasons, especially what's fresh in my mind was season 5. The fact I relate to Joyce and Will because like I relate to it with me and my mom. I see how bonded they are.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a mom and their kid are going to have a bond.
Tell us if
it's
you're
healthy.
a mom. How are you bonded with your kid?
But the way that Joyce and Will are like, they're like that. Now, to be fair, they have gone through trauma together. But
yeah, imagine
that
coming
is like
home and your 10-year-old is missing and you didn't realize for 8 hours and then he's gone for...
Yeah, that is like my mom and I is like this. And so immediately when I see that, I'm an ENFP, my mom is an INFJ, and that's a big reason why we are like this, is because we are such a good match. So that automatically makes me want to think that Joyce could be an ENFJ. And she kind of gives that vibe right now in season 5. I don't know if she gave off that vibe in season 1.
And that's what I was saying, is like in season 1, I think they were trying to write her more to be like ENFP-ish.
Yeah, either way, she definitely seems like a 6 on the Enneagram. Very worried, always like, just always worried about the worst things that could happen.
Yeah.
So in that case, could she be an ENFJ type 6?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The internet thinks, which I don't understand, but tell me what you think.
Uh-huh.
The internet said, because again, we just saw it a second ago. I don't know why. ISFJ.
Okay. The reason, by the way, I automatically go extroverted is because of Will and also Hopper I experience as being the more introverted. So automatically I want to think she's the more extroverted one.
Yeah.
But
which, yeah.
it's not crazy.
It's just so hard,
ISFJ
like...
crazy.
Okay, wait. Let's think about Joyce's ex-husband.
I don't remember her ex-husband. Was he part of the show?
He was in season 1.
I don't
Jonathan
even
went,
remember.
like they called him and like his Will there and then Jonathan went.
Yeah, I
and he was
vaguely
definitely the more extroverted one.
Okay.
But you can have like scales of the expression of your introversion and extroversion.
Okay. ISFJs in my experience do tend to be, they can come across in a more extroverted energy even though they are introverted.
They are worriers. Well, no, that's rude. They are worriers.
Well, in a way, yeah, just because they care so much about the people around them with their FE.
Yeah.
So
I think she does have FE because I'm going to
ISFJ isn't
season
crazy.
5 now, and like when they're all calling Derek dipshit Derek, and she's like, "You're delightful, Derek."
Yeah.
And like, it could just be because she's a mom, but I also think someone with FE would be more like, "You can't do that."
Yeah. Yeah. That's another case of the internet not being, I don't think that that's too far off.
The internet might be right. The internet might surprise you.
They might be right. So I can write down ISFJ. I think that's fair.
We'll concede to the internet again.
We will concede to the internet. I think, you could probably make arguments for other types.
You know,
But ISFJ is
I have
fine.
a friend who's an ISFJ, and her daughter might be an INFP.
Oh, okay.
You might not know that
And
well.
they are very,
They're very,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we only have 5 left. What about Hopper?
I think Hopper was written to be like ISTP.
You think so?
I think so. I think like
It could be possible.
I said written. I didn't say he acted.
It's funny because he like gives me the vibes a little bit of Ron Swanson, but Ron Swanson is definitely INTJ, and Hopper doesn't really give me INTJ vibes.
He doesn't give INTJ.
It could be the type of thing where he's written to be an INTJ, but he doesn't play it very well.
That could be true too. No, because I was just like, I think he was written, again, we're going to fall into all of the stereotypes real fast.
Yeah.
But like, ex-cop, or was he an ex-cop? Sheriff?
I don't know. He's the
whatever
sheriff.
he was.
He's
and,
the
like,
sheriff.
I tried to make him an ex-cop. Wow. Like, sheriff, solitude, outdoorsy, all the stuff in season 1, which is very like
Yeah.
ISTP leaning.
But also, like, Ron Swanson is very outdoorsman.
He's a different type of art. Yeah. You think that he's an INTJ?
If he is, I don't think he plays it very much like
Yeah.
an INTJ.
He's not an ISTJ.
No. He's very annoyed all the time.
He is very annoyed
That's
all
part
the
of his
time.
trait is like he's just constantly annoyed, which is funny. And that again could be an INTJ, ISTJ, or ISTP trait. It's just being
Yeah.
annoyed with everyone around you all the time. He's just kind of done with everyone,
Yeah.
and that is an ISTP thing
Yeah.
as well.
Like, I don't look at this list and see anyone that screams INTJ
INTJ.
to me.
No, it's such a shame.
I had an opportunity
Out
there.
of all of these people, not one
Wait,
of them could be an INTJ.
What about what's his name that got killed in season 4?
Eddie?
No,
He's not an INTJ.
Not Eddie. With the white hair.
The white hair.
Brenner.
Oh, Papa?
Yeah.
Papa! Papa died.
Brenner, I think.
Oh, yes. I think Papa could have been an INTJ.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's totally fair.
I found an INTJ, guys. Don't worry.
So I guess for Hopper, we're just going to say ISTP. Again, like with any of these, you could make an argument for other types. And I'm sure some of you are right now in the comments already arguing, but we're going to go with ISTP. So we already kind of touched on Dustin.
What did you say about Dustin?
I originally automatically was ESFP, but you said ENTP, and I could also see that. It's tricky.
Let's look at the friend group.
Definitely E. Definitely P.
Yes. I'm looking at the friend group because that tells you a lot too.
Well, Will, Mike, Lucas, Dustin are the major friend group here.
Yeah, but Dustin, he had a crush on Max at one point, and then Susie.
Oh, yeah. She was just like a cute little nerdy girl.
Yeah.
That was adorable. She seemed like a
Thinking about Susie, I'm thinking leaning more your way.
ESFP.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about the guy from work that you say is
Oh, yeah, they do
ESFP,
have similar
and
energy.
they have a similar energy.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ESFP for Dustin. If you disagree, that's too bad.
This is our list. Make your own.
This is our list. Make your own list.
Also, we don't feel super strongly about some of the things on our
Yeah,
list.
to be fair, we don't feel super strongly. These are just our best quick guesses.
Yeah.
Lucas was hard for me. Out of the like friend group of the guys, Lucas is my favorite. Dustin is a close second. Lucas is interesting to me. Again, like with any of these characters, I wish they would spend more time on the character so I could get a feel better.
He just seems the most normal.
I know, he's kind of like just the balancing act in the friend group.
Mm-hmm.
These are the traits I wrote down about him. His natural self, when he's not like they're trying to figure out a plan to save the world, when he's just being himself, he makes fun of people.
He also makes fun of people when they're trying to come up with a plan to save the world.
That's true. But when it comes across in like a silly way, at least when he's being his natural self. He's kind of like naturally kind of a cool guy, but in like a silly way, not like an ISTP way. It's like, I'm a little bit goofy and geeky and dorky, but like I'm still kind of cool. He's on the basketball team. It's basketball, right? I think
It's basketball, yeah.
He's on a sports team. I would say E, for sure. I almost say, like, he could be an ENTP.
Oh.
If they explored his character more, maybe you'd see more of it. I just feel like he's just an ENTP that we're not getting to see his full personality.
I mean, I didn't have a ton, because, like...
They don't give him a ton of
I think it's
screen
definitely E.T.
Ah, he's an extraterrestrial.
T.
I didn't get ESTP vibes.
I did not either.
I guess I was watching scenes earlier today of Lucas, and when he is just his natural self and there's not a ton of, like, stress going on, he gives off an ENTP vibe naturally. And so then you start thinking about, okay, well, all of these types are under stress. They're actively in trauma. So I'm trying my best to see them in the scenes when they're just being themselves. I don't know. ENTP kind of fit, but doesn't have to be. You can disagree. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But that's just my quick guess.
Yeah.
With limited information based on what they give us.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. Yeah, it could be like his age and his maturity. He does seem to have a little, like, he doesn't seem as full ENTJ as his sister.
No.
But I'm wondering if you put an ENTP and an ENTJ together, like how they'll affect each other.
Yeah, when I was watching him, I distinctly remember thinking he seems led by perceiving, not judging. I remember thinking that he gave off that he's led by perceiving, which in this case is either going to, in any case, is going to be N or S. I don't think he's S. I think he's more N.
Yes.
But anyway, going off limited information. That's what I have to say about that.
Oh.
All right, Robin. This one is hard because, like with a lot of the characters, they're changing over the course of time.
This is what I wrote down.
But Robin
Not
really
fair.
changed.
Her character changed from season 3 to seasons 4 and 5.
Pretty drastically.
Like, yeah. Pretty...
Annoyingly so.
I really liked Robin in season
Bring back
3.
Robin from season 3.
And I don't.
She was so sassy.
I don't always hate Maya Hawke. Like in other...
I don't know if I've seen her in anything else.
Inside Out, well, you cried, but Inside Out 2, she played Anxiety.
Oh, okay, good for her.
Yeah, which was kind of also an annoying character.
Yeah.
By the way, I've seen Sadie Sink in... Wait, where'd she go? I've seen Sadie Sink in other things, and she's very talented.
Great actress. Currently in season 5, she's kind of been dead.
In season 5, she slept a lot, so...
Robin in season 3 reminds me of Beatrice from Over the Garden Wall, if any of you know what I'm talking about. Very sassy, very sarcastic, dry humor. She basically exists just to make fun of Steve.
Yeah.
And then in the last 2 seasons, they gave her the annoying Disney effect of the adorkable, quirky, clumsy girl who can't shut up and talks too much and, oh no, did I say that out loud? Like, just annoying. And it wasn't, I liked her so much more in season 3. She was sassy and I don't know what type. But
what is the adorkable type?
So I think it's supposed to be ENFP.
Like, that's what it's supposed to, yeah. But it only works if you take the dorky qualities of an ENFP too.
Yeah, like...
they try and take away some of the dorky qualities with it.
It worked so well with Rapunzel because it literally made sense for her character, and she's an ENFP. She's an ENFP that has been isolated from the world and is still very childlike. So, Robin.
INTP. She annoys me.
Yeah, I feel like she changed. You think she's an INTP?
What do you think she is?
Not an INTP.
She just gives so much information that I don't care about.
Yeah, but I've never experienced INTPs as being, oh, I'm talking and I can't shut up and oh, oops. And it's like just
That's true.
It comes across more F. Like they're trying to make her this clumsy, awkward F type of some kind. I did write down ENFP, but
she's
it's
not
like
an ENFP,
it's like she's written to be an ENFP, but
maybe
she plays it very
just
annoying.
Going off of season 3. What do you think she was in season 3?
That's what's hard for me. Is like Beatrice from Over the Garden Wall. It was so similar, and I always thought Beatrice was an ENTJ.
Oh, Beatrice might have been an ENTJ.
But I don't think Robin was an ENTJ.
No, she didn't have an ENTJ.
No. But it was weird because even in season 3, it was like Robin had like 2 almost personalities happening. She had that like very dry, sarcastic, no BS, I'm going to make fun of you right now. And then all of a sudden she'd be like, whoa, I'm going to go crack the code and like go do this thing and run off and almost like a P energy. It's difficult.
I think that we have to do a wash on Robin. Y'all can all have an argument, but it's not fair to type a character that changes personalities in the middle.
And a lot of these characters have, but not as much as Robin has.
Well, you had told me, which I didn't know, and I'm not sure it's true.
I don't even know if it's fully true, but it's what I heard.
That Maya Hawke asked for some changes in her character's personality.
Yeah. So like represent her.
To help represent her better, so she felt like. And whether or not that's true, I don't know. I've also heard that they wrote her kind of in a contained scene with Dustin and Steve, and then moving her out, they realized that playing that same like dry character wasn't going to work with like the larger ensemble cast.
I guess.
And so they had to change it that way. But I don't actually buy that because I'm like, it's such a big change.
Yeah.
I think what actually happened was that, I mean, either of those things could have had an influence, but that the Duffer Brothers and whoever else was influencing the writing and producing of Stranger Things, they were influenced by the making of it as they continued onward.
I know, and it's so obvious.
And you can tell, yeah. So I think like if they would have kind of written even just landmarks for everything a little bit more in stone as they were going, because even they said in season 4 that they realized after they I think they killed Eddie first.
Yeah.
And then they filmed the rest of his scenes and they liked the character. And I was like, well, yeah, you're supposed to write characters that are likable, right?
Yeah. One reason I was leaning ENFP, and I know we don't like that. The reason I think she's written to be ENFP is, number one, the adorkable, kind of quirky thing, but she is always the character that's cracking the code and seeing the patterns in things, and that is a very NE thing.
Let's put her and Henry together in a room and see what happens.
Okay.
It could happen in season 5. I don't know.
So I don't know, guys. Is she supposed to be an ENFP? Is that what she's supposed to be? Why is she so annoying then? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just because the adorkable trope is so overused and I don't like that. But I'm personally going to say ENFP. I don't think you agree with that.
I don't. I'm thinking about the scene where she and Steve are driving talking about boobies.
Great
I'm trying
scene.
to figure out from that scene, because I think that's a pretty good, like, not under stress, just both being, like, friends together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What that person's personality type is.
No, but the thing is, it changes.
I know.
She's not like that in other scenes where she's just being herself. That's what's so annoying. It's like they sometimes want her to be the comic relief character, and then all of a sudden she's the genius cracking the code. And then other times she's like acting all dry and sarcastic and annoyed with everyone. I don't know. It's her character out of all of these changes so much, and it's like they don't know what to do with her, but everyone likes her, so they kept her.
I think she has DID.
She definitely has something going on.
Dissociative identity
She
disorder.
has some kind of problem. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. So lastly, we have Murray. I put Murray on here just because he's been in a few seasons now, and he's a reoccurring, like, major part of it.
Yes, Murray.
Okay, this one
Murray,
is weird for me.
the ESFJ.
You think so?
No!
Oh, I was like, okay, I disagree with you.
I tried to pick
but
the most wild not him one.
okay, because
You were so polite about that.
I just, hey, speak your piece. Murray is interesting to me because I experience him as an INTP, but with very strong extroverted energy, if that makes any sense. Hear me out, okay? Am I crazy? INTP, and the reason I really think that is he has, I remember, one of the first things I recognize about him is, like, he tended to correct people on on knowledge of things. Mm-hmm. Like, people, it's like he's just oversharing knowledge that no one asked him. No one asked for that information, but he's giving it anyway. INTPs tend to do that, sorry. And also, like, he speaks fluent Russian. He, it's just kind of nerdy. Very nerdy. And, like, just, yeah, very INTP in the way that he's very resourceful and has all the stuff they need all the time. It gives me INTP energy, especially his, like, quest for knowledge. Our introduction to him is him pestering Hopper, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in town, because he obviously knows something's up. And all of that gives an INTP energy. At the same time, I almost thought, on the opposite end, he could be like an ENTJ or something. because of the nosiness of him. Like,
I had NT also. I'm trying to like.
So definitely NT.
Yeah, he seems more playful in a way, like more teasy.
Yes, he teases people.
Than most INTPs I know.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that no INTPs tease anyone.
Right.
And he definitely isn't ENTP.
He doesn't give me INTJ energy.
No.
Now, ENTJ and INTP both, just because they're judging led, and he seems to be led by judging.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, he seems a little bit more TI than TE.
Yeah.
But if you want to make an argument that he's an ENTJ, I will hear you out. Okay.
On my vibes.
So, guys, this is our list of what we think the types are for the characters from Stranger Things. Disclaimer, these are very quick thoughts. We don't even feel confident about all of these. Some of them we feel confident on. Some of them we don't. And you could easily sway me on a lot of these. So make your argument in the comments.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you can't sway me on. Erica.
Oh, Erica, you can't sway me on Erica. But any of the others, hey, make your argument in the comments. Maybe you change my mind, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I moved it there, the glare. Okay.
11, ISFP. Will, INFP. Mike, ENFJ, to Will's INFP. Lucas, ENTP, question mark. Dustin, ESFP. Joyce, ISFJ, question mark.
I think I feel like 75% on that one. I feel okay about that.
Yeah.
But I can still be swayed.
Hopper, ISTP, question mark.
I feel neutral.
Yeah. Nancy, ENFJ.
I feel strongly about that one.
I feel pretty strongly
I'm
about
like
that
95% on Nancy.
Switch out. Steve, we have ESXP. A little bit difficult for us, but you might have an opinion.
I think my argument is that season 1 he was written ESTP, and then they tried to turn him into an ENFP, and that's a weird transition.
It is weird. I would say maybe ESTP to ESFP.
I mean, maybe that was it. But
yeah.
Like...
Jonathan, INFP. Could also maybe be a very moody, depressed ISFP. I don't know.
We can't think of very many ISFP men that are depressed to compare him to.
Yeah. So we're going INFP, but a very depressed, moody, brooding one. Robin, very difficult. I think they're trying to write her as an ENFP. Her character did change a lot over the seasons. But
I think she's an ENFJ actress that is trying to do something.
She could be an ENFJ actress trying to play an ENFP. I don't know what's happening there, but that's our best guess. Let me know if you disagree. Murray, another weird one, but probably INTP.
I'm on board with that.
He has a very extroverted energy about him, but I think he's actually an INTP. He seems to be led by TI to me.
And INTPs do tend to be some of the most extroverted
INTPs
introverts.
do tend to be more extroverted. Of the introverts,
most, but more, yeah.
More extroverted. Henry is hard for me. We both agree NT. He might be, they tried to write him as an INTJ. A lot of villains tend to be INTJs, so maybe he's written as an... I distinctly remember in the scenes of him in the lab, in Hawkins' lab, when he's in the all-white, he came across like Willy Wonka to me. He comes across like a psychopathic ENTP.
But so not the Joker.
I'm going with like an ENTP that's a psychopath. Max, ISTP.
100% on that. You cannot sway me.
Max is an ISTP. It's going to be hard for you to change our minds on that. And also, it's going to be hard for you to change our minds on Erica. We think she's an ENTJ.
Impossible. I mean, we could watch the rest of season 5 and...
all of a sudden, her personality changes.
They retcon her completely.
Yeah.
People we didn't type.
Eddie.
People
loved Eddie.
Yeah.
ESTP, ESFP.
Something like that.
ENTP even.
ENTP, yeah. Holly.
Oh, the little girl, Holly.
The little girl.
Maybe an ENFP.
Yeah, she gives like ENFP, INFP, and like the kind of
she's just like a character of a sweet, innocent child.
Yeah,
so.
she kind of gives the Disney princess type
yeah,
of like...
ENFP or something.
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood.
Little sweet girl.
Yeah.
80s dad.
80s dad.
Mr. Wheeler.
Ted. We always forget Ted.
We hate Ted. We love Ted.
Yeah, Ted is like...
very... below average, just an average dad.
Here's the thing, is like, these are the people that are written for you to form like some type of emotional attachment to.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like them. I think I like Ted. I think I like 80s dad, somewhere in the middle of the lineup.
He's your favorite type. No, he's your favorite character, I mean.
No, he's not my favorite character, but I think like, if we were listed in order of our favorite characters, it's like Max, Erica, Alexi.
Oh, Alexi. He could have been an ENFP.
You know, maybe Nancy, maybe Dustin and Lucas, and then 80s dad, and then we just keep going through the list.
We're just ranking them at this point.
Right. But yeah, so we have the type. There were some that we didn't type, so you can throw them in if you want a more extensive. Like, honestly, though, by the time this video comes out, the Stranger Things burn will have passed.
This is probably going to come out 2 weeks.
Yeah, mid-January.
2 to 3 weeks after. Yeah.
And so, like, all the hype will have died down.
Follow our channel. Always one step behind the trend.
Yeah. Anti-hipster.
Post-hipster.
Yeah, we live in a post-hipster era.
Ironic hipster.
Yeah. All right. Tune in next week when we
all the superpowers.
Tune in next week when we decide what type of superpower each type would have and if they would be a superhero or a supervillain with that.
Ooh, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. The answers.
May surprise you. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the ENFP fashion show.
Yes. I love your hat.
Hey! Oh, I'm naked.